All right. Tim Pool says the Holocaust Museum demanding your papers for entrance is the perfect way to explain to someone the definition of irony. Tim Pool, do you think the Holocaust was just Nazis asking for papers? Tim Pool, do you think like going to a bar and having to show your identification to prove that you are over the age of 21 is akin to the Holocaust? Are you fucking insane? To ensure the Illinois Holocaust Museum is safe as possible for visitors, volunteers, and staff, the museum will require all guests ages 5+ to show proof of full COVID-19 vaccination to enter the building as of January 5th, 2022. See our safety protocols here.
The Holocaust is showing my ID to fly at the airport.
4,800 retweets, 20,000 likes on this. I do fear, and this is like not really like a good enough substitute for any sort of like stats or anything like that. But I do feel like a lot of the COVID denial, COVID misinformation, vaccine skepticism gets even more fucking involvement on the internet than ever before. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm, reading into it too much. Maybe I am like too fearful for no reason. But I do feel as though like someone like Tim Pool getting 20K likes on a tweet like this shows that there are, people are really, really active on this kind of misinformation. What is this? The Holocaust Museum demanding your paper for entrance. Yeah? Anything. Is this the Holocaust Avengers Endgame? I mean, that's funny. First ratio of 2022? Maybe. To be honest, he's one of the biggest online commentators. I mean, sure, but
Happy New Year's.
don't say the C word? What do you mean?
Hi, Dad.
I mean, yeah. Well, this is going to be a hard ratio to pull off, boys. This is 20,000 fucking likes. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't know if we can do it. Don't know if we can do it. I have seen the Amon animation, yeah. There it is. Let's see. Let's see where we can get this going. Tim Pool walking into a bar. They ask him for his identification. He thinks, wow, this is just like the Holocaust.
10 months of brain.
Such madness. Such craziness. How are people not... Okay, listen. Listen, folks. 2021 was the year of anti-vaxxer conspiracies. But 2022 will also be the year of anti-vaxxer conspiracies. So what we must do, boys, girls, and NBs, is fight back. obviously not fight back in any other meaningful capacity because the government is not going to do anything meaningful to stop this kind of misinformation from spreading, and that the platforms are rarely ever going to take action. And even the implications of said action could be really damaging overall for free speech anyway. So what can you do to fight back? Well, the one thing you can do is make someone feel bad for having a bad take. And the best possible way to make someone feel bad for having a bad take on the timeline is by ratioing them. And that's precisely why in 2022, we will continue
L plus ratio plus Beppe Lassi.
to ratio motherfuckers left and right. That's right. We're going to keep ratioing them upside, downside, sideways, forward, back. Whenever there's a bad take, we're just going to post a better take underneath that exposes how stupid their take was, and then we're going to ratio. Which will not... He already replied? Yeah, I mean, he's fast with it. He's quick with it. This happened last time, too. It's weird that you're defending the government mandating proof you were administered a privately owned medical treatment in order to access public accommodations by equating it to the drinking age laws. What? Defending the government mandating proof you were administered a privately owned medical treatment? Privately owned medical treatment in order to access public accommodation by equating it to drinking age laws? I'm so confused. He broke my brain. What? I think this is one of those where it's like when someone fucking says something is so stupid, when someone says something so stupid that you're like, what the fuck did you just say? What the fuck?
Papers, please.
Did you just not hear anything in this tweet? Did you think the most important part of the Holocaust was nice to ask people for their papers? Do you go to a bar and think this is just like the Holocaust where they ask you for your ID? Wait, drinking age laws are exactly the same as public health measures.
Pimp tool emo.
Drinking age laws are literally the same as... He's looking at one public health measure, and instead of saying this is a bad public health measure versus this is a good public health measure, he's making it seem like two public measures, like two federal mandates, actually fucking are different from one another somehow because of reasons. This is when you ask about the privately owned medical treatment vaccination info we share when sending kids to school. What is privately owned medical information? I don't understand. But yes, drinking laws are also public health measures mandated by the
14 months in this
federal government. Drinking age laws are also public health measures mandated by the federal government in an identical capacity to Vax card requirements. You need immunization records to go to school, but yes, drinking age laws are also public health measures mandated by the federal government in an identical capacity to Vax requirements. So what? He says one is benefiting from a company, the other one is not, I think. Federal or state government.
Simpool just started my brain rot.
In an identical capacity to Vax card requirements. Also, none of these things are equivalent to the Holocaust.
In Tim Pool's world, there were never concentration camps during
None
the
of these
Holocaust.
things are not
Just
even
people
equivalent,
getting
like
a medical history
analogous
check to get into museums.
to the
Tim Pool's
Holocaust,
brain must have melted when he had to get his vaccines to go back to school as a kid.
which you conveniently ignored. Damn it. You need immunization records to go to school, but yes, drinking age laws are public health measures mandated by the federal or state governments in an identical capacity to vax card requirements. None of these things are analogous to the Holocaust, which you conveniently ignored. Okay, there it is. Okay, we're back. And for the record, the Holocaust Museum or whatever the fuck, or the
Prime time.
like his argument, my reply to him revolves around his ridiculous analogy. Okay, where he basically makes it seem as though the worst part of the Holocaust is like asking for fucking vax papers, okay, or some shit like that. And then he very conveniently moved away from that to be like, it's weird you're defending the government mandating proof you were administered privately on medical treatment. Is that what happened in the Holocaust? Is that comparable to the Holocaust? Is that what was going on? I know he's in here because his tweet responded to you were talking about here and not what you tweeted. He's a huge watcher, probably. Did he respond to that? Is this him?
Tim Pool is
Previously subscribed for 1 month. Is this actually him? No shot. Someone gifted him a sub, probably, right? No fucking shot.
Not staring down the abyss I see.
For the record, and this is important for people to understand my stance on this. One of the things I despise is whenever motherfuckers are like, oh, what about private companies that are gaining fucking... What about private companies that stand to gain from this, medical research or stand to gain from this, like, vaccine? It's like, yeah, fuck them. Nationalize them immediately. Like, what? Are you a fan? Are you a fan if the government does it instead of fucking Pfizer? I thought you were a capitalist. Sounding a lot like a fucking socialist to me, if that's your argument. Because I am in favor of a fully nationalized healthcare system. Everybody knows this. I'm in favor of a fully nationalized pharma system. Okay? So yes, I am an advocate for straight up fucking nationalizing this entire process.
People hate him.
Yeah. So where is it? He's not responding. Also, the greatest argument about vaccines, other than the greatest argument for vaccines, other than like, if you want to make a comparison to like other public health measures and mandates or some shit,
brain rot hassle.
is, other than they're good, whatever, is the drunk driving laws. Okay. It's like you're drinking is legal, driving is legal, but drunk driving is not. Why would you ever let the state, or anyone else for that matter, make you reveal information about what you drank before you fucking got in your car? So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This is how it works. It's like saying it's 1984 to ask me if I drank before I drove. And it's not 1984, you know? I find it funny. I'm to the left of you on vaccines and the mandates. I want to nationalize Big Pharma and the entire medical system. I don't believe you can go further left than that. But alas, you still fail to answer my question. Do you think the worst part of the Holocaust, or I'm just going to say the worst part of the Holocaust was that Nazis asked for people's papers? You're being a debate, bro. It's a new year. Turn a new leaf. Don't entertain this nonsense.
$16 no
I
Brian
just said I want to
Roberto.
nationalize Big Pharma and the entire medical system. I don't believe one can go further left than that. But alas, do you still fail to answer my question? Do you think the worst part of the Holocaust was that Nazis asked for people's papers? Anyway, we're gonna do. He's so left that he's right now. Tim is dragging you down to his level. I mean, it doesn't matter. The thing is, like, a lot of people on the internet say that I refuse to debate, or I hide from debates, or I run away from debates, or whatever the fuck. Tim Pool is not one of those people. Like, I would 100%, I would love to debate Tim Pool. He asks me all the time, but he will never fucking debate me on the internet or on my terms. He always wants me to fly to him and debate him in his studio. And I don't want that. Like, I would never do that. Why the fuck would I do that? Okay? Just Zoom. I don't understand why he just refuses to fucking Zoom. Right? Same with Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, and numerous other right-wing commentators. I am always willing and able to debate clouded up motherfuckers who have large audiences who would stand to benefit from hearing my side of the conversation. But if you're like a small Andy, I'm sorry, most likely I'm not going to debate you. Okay? Because I personally don't think debates are a successful way of like changing people's minds in general. Okay? I clearly have more successful methods of changing large quantities of people's minds than having to fucking constantly look for the next debate, the next debate, the next debate. I bet you'd fly out just to debate Joe Rogan. Yes, obviously. Yes, I would fly out to fucking have a conversation with Joe Rogan 100%. That metric does not work for Tim Pool or Steven Crowder or for Ben Shapiro. That's fucking Joe Rogan. That's like saying, I bet you would fly out to talk to Joe Biden. Yeah, of course I would. Like, yeah, there are obviously exceptions to that. I don't know why people regularly, I don't know why people regularly like equate everything or try to reduce everything back to like the fundamentals, okay? I am admitting what my boundaries are. And more than that, I'm at least honest in telling you, okay? I'm honest and also telling you why I have those boundaries. You get it? You understand? Most people don't. I think people are incredibly dishonest in the way that they act like debates are the best way to fucking arrive at the truth or whatever the fuck when it's just rhetorical theater. Okay? It's pseudo-intellectual WWE style wrestling. And I am willing to engage in that kind of rhetorical theater and pseudo-intellectual WWE wrestling, okay? If it is for a audience that is at least sizable enough that there is a 20% in there in the middle that could be changed, okay?
9 months. I will not
I'm
let the
willing to do
brain
that
rot
for
win.
memes.
Hassle.
Which is why I was going to do it. You're willing to do it if it's Greek? Not really. No. I blocked Greek. I was willing to do it with Too Mad because it would be good memes overall. And also, he has a sizable audience. But most importantly, the thing. No, that question is not relevant to a joke about irony. You're defending government and private corporations colluding for profit. You're as far right as you can get on that issue. Okay. So, oh, he went in, he relegated to the it's just a joke forehead. Got it. Should I just go full blown fucking ADL and be like, do you think it's acceptable to joke about the Holocaust? No, I'm not going to do that because I don't see that's the difference. That's the difference. I have convictions, which makes it also a lot harder to just like fucking debate motherfuckers. Like, I think there can be, Holocaust jokes that people make. Plenty have made them. We've literally looked at like Nazi jokes about Nazis, for example, saying that they themselves are offended at being called Nazis. Like, that's a funny fucking joke. You know what I mean? Don't do that. That's clown shit and will backfire eventually. Exactly. I would never do that. It's incredibly anti-Semitic to compare the staff of the Holocaust Museum to Nazis.
Let's
go. Holocaust survivors literally joke about the Holocaust as a coping mechanism. Yeah. Debating over Twitter is decent. More time to think about replies. I mean, I would rather do it in person with Tim Pool for sure. It would be rad lib of you, even though it is the invocation, even though his invocation of the Holocaust is disgusting. Yeah, I wouldn't do that shit. No, Hasan, that question is not relevant to a joke about irony. You're defending the government and private corporations colluding for profit. You're as far right as you can get on that issue. This guy thinks it's funny, the joke about the Holocaust. The Nazis didn't start with death camps. It started with the papers. Yeah, I know. That's like I want him to say that. I want him to say that. I want him to say like the Nazis didn't start with death camps. It started with papers. That's what I was trying to get him to say. Because that's the next logical step there. Okay? So then he's like straight up making the Holocaust equals paperwork argument. Okay? You're defending. He thinks this is such a solid ohm, but you're defending private corporations colluding for profit. Jerk Store is right. Tim expects you to tell people not to get vaccinated because you believe the complete and total nationalization of American healthcare must happen first. Guess that makes you far right. Yeah. If you have diabetes, I believe you shouldn't get insulin. Why? Because the original patent for insulin was sold for $1 because the person who created it or the person who found it literally expected it to be a free patent for all to use. So if you have diabetes, GG's, you should fucking die because, sorry, you have to pay a lot of money for insulin. And it's supposed to be a public good. So until we have revolution, full-blown socialist revolution, you should die.
They should die of bet.
No, that question is not relevant to a joke about irony. Irony has to be at least somewhat analogous. Check out Two Man's video about you. No shot. He's trying to goat me into fucking debating him or some shit. 2 hours into the new year and you're already debate lording? I mean, yeah. Them comparing this to the Holocaust just shows how anti-Semitic the conservative worldview is, that they're thinking it's comparable. Medicine to the U.S. is a massive business, profit over patients, obviously. I mean, again, this is so fucking stupid that I don't really know how to reply to this beyond like, I just don't know. He has beaten me. He has bested me in intellectual combat with perhaps the most idiotic fucking way to approach it. I don't believe people should
Let's go.
refuse to get life-saving, get preventative life-saving because America does not have a too much effort in your replies. I mean, who cares? Whatever. Stop fucking proofread is not refuse, be denied. I don't think people should be denied preventative life-saving healthcare because America does not have a full-blown. Wow, Wasan streams are usually just us watching him write tweets so dangerous. I mean, that is dangerous. All right, fuck it. I'm done. He bested me. Okay, intellectual combat achieved. He destroyed me. Move on. His take is actually that nationalization equals right wing. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I don't know how to fucking respond to it. You're defending government and private corporations colluding for profit. You're as far right as you can get on that issue. Like, it's such a fucking a baboon way of avoiding what I'm trying to say here, which is I want to nationalize big pharma and the entire medical system. I don't believe one can go further left than that. I mean, okay, I have to. I can't. I have to take the bait. Do you believe in medical treatment in the absence of full blown abolition? What the fuck? I'm like, of the profit motive on healthcare? Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Do you believe in refusing to get medical treatment in the absence of full-blown abolition of the profit motive on healthcare? Because that's fucking bananas. Even worse than your original point, which lacks irony unless you believe in life after love. Analogous to analogous to. Okay, this is the last thing. Okay, we're done. Okay, move.